Guten Tag, Klasse. This is our vocab for the next coming days. We are going to be taking ourselves to die Modenschau, or the fashion show. So we'll be talking about clothing, doing some more work with adjective endings and describing sentence structure. I've got a couple important verbs that we'll be working with, some that are separable verbs, if you'll remember us working on those first semester, and also just in general, kind of gauging where we are at in our learning. If you'll remember that 125 most common German words that we or like most useful words that we talked about at the beginning of the year. We'll be revisiting that also here in the coming days. If you are looking forward to the future, our next assessment in this class will be a reading assessment, and it will be utilizing these clothing words and some descriptors. You'll have several different people, and you'll have to read different descriptions about their clothing and tell me which person matches which description. And we'll be practicing that skill in class just like always. The next time we are together in class, I will give you a vocab sheet that has all these words on it. But if you're someone who puts your notes in your phone or on your computer or something like that, anyway, regardless of if I give you a sheet, you might as well go ahead and do that now if you've got the time, because that way you don't have to take time in class to do it. So, this vocab is, like I said, going to be clothing items or things related to clothing, as you can see here. And some of these I've given you two different words, like this one for bag and pocket. You have both die Tasche and die Taschen. Oop. And so every time I've given you two words, the second word is going to be the plural version. So this is one bag, and this is two bags, or three, or whatever. In that same way, this is one pocket, two pockets, one boot, two boots, one bracelet, many bracelets, things like that. So not all of these did I give you more than one, because when you're talking about a blouse, you're normally only talking about wearing one, whereas when you're talking about boots, you typically are wearing one on both feet. So you're more than welcome to look up the other words, the plurals for these, if you want to know what they are. Again, I like to use that dict.cc. It's linked on Classroom, but I've only given them to you for a couple of them. But let's go through this pronunciation so that you kind of know what these words are going to sound like when you encounter them in class this week. Let's skip right down to belt, which is pronounced der Gürtel, die Bluse, der Stiefel, das Armband, die Armbänder, die Kleidung, der Mantel, das Kleid, der Ohrring, die Ohrringe, die Brille, der Handschuh, die Handschuhe, which, yes, is literally hand shoes for gloves, der Hut, die Hüte, die Jacke, die Jacken, die jeans. I've also heard it pronounced jeans, but I feel like more often, because of the Englishification of other languages, you'll hear jeans almost more commonly than you would ever hear jeans. So just a heads up on that one. Die Halskette, die Halsketten, die Hose, der Regenmantel, der Ring, die Ringe, die Sandale, die Sandalen, der Schal, das Hemd, die Hemden. This is more shirts like button-down shirts or like a polo, things like that. Whereas later down here we'll see t-shirt, and that would be like a more casual shirt. Der Schuh, die Schuhe, der Rock, die Socke, die Socken, der Anzug, der Pulli oder Pullover. Pulli is short for pullover. Das Sweatshirt, der Badeanzug, das T-Shirt, die Krawatte, die Unterwäsche, die Armbanduhr und die Mütze. Like I said, we're going to be doing stuff with different descriptions and focusing on those adjective endings some more. So here are some, um, aside from obviously our colors that we are well acquainted with, you can describe clothing as plaid, kariert, polka dotted, gepunktet, gestreifet, striped, gebloemt, flowered, or gemustert, patterned. So those words will be coming into play in our descriptions in the coming days as well. Please let me know if you have any questions about this vocab or about their upcoming reading assessment that will be coming at you once we feel confident with this vocab. Um, yeah, that's all I have for you. Dankeschön und tschüss.